one of the baddest species on the planet, in my opinion, is not even mankind. It's not humans. It's plants, trees to be specific. Like think of like the requirements for trees to live. Trees can literally exist without any animals, without any other living beings on the planet. They were literally here before it all. Like most living creatures on the planet, humans require the nutrients or the life force from other living things to sustain ours, you know. And trees don't require the life or the nutrients of other plants or other living creatures. They survive primarily on two things. One is water, and the other is energy from the sun. And with such minimum requirements, right, there's an abundance of water and energy from the sun. It literally is one living like organism in the planet that literally takes the least. If at most what it takes up the most is space, but even still require like very little. And let's say, okay, it takes up space, but it also provides homes and safety for other living creatures. Trees are a wonderful part of this planet. They are to be like looked at symbolically as well. The tree, for the duration of its life, literally stays in one spot and takes from it literally takes nothing and gives in return. Like according to science, if it wasn't for trees, the atmosphere, our entire like atmosphere wouldn't have even changed. If it wasn't for trees, oxygen levels would have been like totally drastic, where life on this planet will still look a lot differently than it does today. So they're like givers of the land, keepers of the world. If all other like bugs, plant, other not plants, but bugs, animals were to die out, right? Trees will be the last living organism standing, literally. Trees, according to science, okay, were the first to stand, right, on land, right, and they're going to be the last. And when you think about religious texts, when they speak of the first shall be last and the last shall be first, um just like, even it's not even like just far as like monotheism is concerned, like the religions of Abraham, right? If we even step outside of that and other spiritual beliefs, the importance of trees and what they symbolize, you know, wisdom, knowledge, um, elder. It's just a significance that I refuse to overlook. A tree for me, to me, is symbolic and actually a good model for how to exist anywhere, to take very little and give, you know, in abundance. A tree is symbolic to really what is needed in this planet. And as human beings, we are takers of the land, and we spend a very little time returning and giving back to the land. But without nature, without the trees, without the plants, we would cease to exist, because even the animals that we eat need plants. I feel like mankind have forgotten their place. how dependable we are on the very things that we deem lower than us. And, they always talking about intelligence, and how humans are we're the top of the food chain because we're, so intelligent and we know how to use tools. How can we can't even outlive trees? Tell me, what is more powerful than not needing any other living thing to for your DNA, right? To the structure of a plant, the wisdom behind its primary existence is to not even need another living thing. What's smarter than that DNA? What's deeper, right? What's smarter and has more wisdom than that? I just feel like the whole arrogance within the psyche of humanity. We actually believe this world revolves around us. We actually think that we are superior. But we need this world. This world does not need us. It never has, and it never will. I don't understand the arrogance that we even created religions that force mankind to believe that we hold such a significance on the planet that everything was created for our benefit. It's just the arrogance that I just, I can't get jiggy with it. Systems matter. The ecosystem matters. And you are a very insignificant part of this ecosystem. Because in all actuality, the world would be much better without us.